Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit like for more engaging content. Ever notice how some episodes of your favorite shows become skippable over time? Uh, the same rings true with rewatching The Office. Uh, Despite its endless charm, certain episodes just don't make it onto the must-watch list anymore. The series is packed with hilarious moments, lovable characters, and clever humor. But as you revisit it, you find yourself bypassing certain episodes, not because they're terrible, but because they feel less engaging. Sometimes familiarity makes some scenes less exciting, or like the tone shifts away from the usual lighthearted feel. Uh, I've noticed this myself. Is for instance, the first episode of The Office often gets skipped. Uh, it's basically a remake of the UK version, awkward and stiff, with characters still finding their footing. Watching Ricky Gervais's original might be more fun than suffering through the American pilot. Another episode I tend to skip is Did I Stutter? It features Stanley's uncharacteristic anger, which feels a bit intense compared to the usual comedic rhythm. Michael's over-the-top scheme to confront Stanley hits a wrong note, making it less enjoyable on reruns. Cafe Disco also falls into um, this category. Its disconnected storyline about Michael dancing in a coffee shop setup loses appeal after multiple watches, especially since there's little else noteworthy besides Pam and Jim's brief consideration elopement. Meanwhile, The Banker feels like a filler episode with clips and flashbacks that don't add much new content, especially with binge watching readily available. I find myself skipping it for more fresh, meaningful episodes. Um, Episodes like The Cover Up seem shallow, with underdeveloped storylines involving Donna and Andy, making the effort feel wasted. But similarly, Get the Girl from Florida isn't my cup of tea, especially with Nellie's overwhelming presence. Later episodes like Andy's Ancestry and Lice tend to become background noise. The former feels overly dramatic, and the latter is just a dull, drawn-out subplot of Pam and Jim apart, which is not as compelling on repeat. Drama takes center stage in customer loyalty, with emotional conflicts about missing Cece's recital. It's a roller coaster that's less about laughs and more about feelings. So it's often skipped during rewatch sessions. And then there's Vandalism, which veers into intense, almost violent territory with Pam's mural and a heated confrontation. It's a bit out of place in a comedy series, making it another episode I usually skip. If you love The Office as much as I do, you'll recognize these patterns. Some episodes serve as good fillers or moments for a quick break. Just like a bad haircut, you might only need to see them once, preferably without a mirror. Speaking of which, I guess you could say some episodes are like coffee. Best in small doses before it gets too bitter. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.